Hey guys, so this is one of those videos that I just want to quickly put a little explanation to the training session in front of it, because it's one of those videos that sometimes people will watch and think, without knowing a full story of why we're doing what we're doing, thinking it may be harsh and it may not be necessary. So I just want to quickly explain it. For those who are new to dog training and have beliefs either way about how you train a dog, what I ask people to do often is keep a bit of an open mind about what you see in some videos, because often there's more to a situation. So the basic thing is, with this dog, these owners could not walk their dog in public. They could not walk it down our local beach, down the break wall, because of just manic, crazy, barking, whining behavior. They couldn't socialize the dog. So that is really all you need to know about why we're doing what we're doing. We are trying to get control of this dog so it can be socialized. It is a social dog, it is friendly, but it lacks the skills and manners to be able to meet dogs because it's completely manic. So the purpose of this session is to gain control of this and give these owners the skills to be able to do it. You'll see me correct the dog, you'll see me be firm with the dog to get under control. If we are going to use an approach with this dog with food and using threshold training, I believe as a trainer they're never going to get there, because there's no consequence for a behavior. You'll often hear me say that. The dog has a desire, which is to bark and be crazy, and if there's no consequence, in other words, if you're saying no, don't do that, using verbal, using food, you're not going to stop it. Some dogs, unfortunately, there needs to be a consequence to stop that desire, and this is enabling you to get a quick fix rather than taking months, where you might get there with food or most likely not, especially using threshold training, which is basically being told as an owner that find a distance where your dog doesn't react to that dog and stay that distance away from dogs. Well, in our town, last time I knew, we had over 6,000 dogs in this town. That is too many dogs around this local area to be able to avoid. It is very, very hard. So you would be walking and you'd be constantly turning left, turning right, trying to avoid, and in the end your walk would be unenjoyable because you can't avoid a dog. We have to teach these dogs that this behavior they have is unacceptable, and we need to teach them manners to be able to meet dogs. So the video doesn't show everything, it shows a couple at the start, but you'll see behavior from the start to the end. I actually missed a bit on camera because when they first turned up, I didn't have the camera running and the dog was out of control. I had to quickly run and change a harness I think they had on their dog. I think you'll hear me say in the video, put a slip lead on and get control. And unfortunately, I missed a little clip at the start where you'll see the extreme behavior of this dog. And it wasn't even around dogs. It knew there was dogs behind the fence and it was already manic and out of control. But you will see quickly at the start, you'll see the dog bark, you'll see me correct, and we'll work through the process. So what I ask is people keep an open mind and understand what these owners were dealing with, which needed me to treat the dog the way I treated it to get it under control. 2 days after I trained this dog, I've contacted the owners. They can now walk their dog in public, and their barking and crazy behavior has reduced by 95%. That was 2 days later. It has now been a few weeks, so it will now be better again. I hope you enjoy and get something out of this video. Come out with an open mind, understanding maybe other methods need to be used to get some dogs under control. Okay, so like I said at the start, and that's a really common problem I see, is harnesses. To my liking, a harness is probably one of the most well-marketed scam in dog training equipment. They'll put them on, your dog won't pull, they'll walk better, they'll do all these things. It's really not true for many dogs. The ones you do see walking good on harnesses are probably the same dog that would walk good on a shoelace. They'd walk on anything, they'll just walk by your side. They're probably 5 years old, 10 years old, and they're good. The problem with a harness, it really gives you no very good physical control of your dog, no bang for your buck. So if you're giving a correction to your dog, hey, you can't, doing it through this, like if she barks now and I'm pulling this harness, I mean, I can lift your whole dog up and it doesn't bother her. She's comfortable, look, that doesn't even bother her. If I lifted her up through the slip lead, obviously it's going to be a different story, which I'm not going to do. The thing about the slip lead where people misunderstand it, I can use less pressure with the slip lead and get better response than having to be over the top with a harness that gives me nothing at all. When I pick up the lead, I want her not to think that that's a cue that she can move. So what you need to practice is drop the lead, pick up the lead. Drop the lead, pick up the lead. This is not a cue that means anything. Dogs will pick up on predictive patterns. So what will happen is if you come back up and you pick up the lead and then you release her as soon as you pick the lead up, she'll quickly realise that when you pick the lead up, you're going to release and she'll predict it. So this is why we've got to pick it up sometimes. Good girl, move around a little bit more, do your stay, and then free. Then release her. Don't be predictable with your dog. It's very important. Good girl. Good dog. Good girl. Stay. Nope. And learn to anticipate her. You can read her mind. You can feel that. You can tell when she wants to move. And what I'm using there is spatial pressure. When she goes to get off, I just sort of enclose on her a little bit and then step back. Because I'm trying to fade myself out of it. I don't want to have to physically grab her each time. I want to try and teach her that just me stepping at you like that, good girl, means go back. That's beautiful. Good girl. Stay. Good girl. Very good. Stay. That's better. A little bit more engagement now. Good girl. Yes. Yes. Stay. Good girl. Watch your overpraise. I overpraised her a little bit there. So overpraising will encourage her to move. So with her, keep your praise fairly low, because as soon as I lift my voice then she'll, oh, it's all over. It's not all over. Just keep it a bit monotone with her. Good girl. Keep it quite calm. Stay. Yeah. Step away again. Good. Stay. Now go back to her, pick up your lead, give her some praise. Beautiful. Pause your praise and then free. Perfect. You did really good then. Took about 3 goes and she went, okay, I'm just going to stay here. You know what I mean? Yep. It's just a patience game, guys, and a repetition. Nice loose lead. Let's make sure we don't add any extra words into our training. That's not add okay, that's not add come on, that's just have the word only, because you're probably been teaching her the word come to come to you. Yes, I have. Let's not use come on for following me. One word has one meaning. It's a normal habit nearly every owner does. They all go, come on. Instead of come on, let's use let's go. Just say let's go. And then come only means come and sit. It shouldn't mean come and follow me and come to me. Dog goes, which way do I, what does this come mean? It's got to have one meaning. Like sit, obviously, only has one meaning. Sit. Down has one meaning, down. Come should mean come in here. And if you want to have an informal recall, we can use like let's go or here. But come should only mean come and sit and straight in front. Okay? Praise your dog. As soon as she sees this dog. Leave it. Place. Leave it. No, leave it. So she's definitely going to go a bit crazy. So we'll see how we go. Okay, walk closer. Leave it. No. Come back. Leave it. Place. Hey. Sit. Good girl. So we'll just stay there. Come a little bit closer to the fence. No. Let's just work at this level first. Shh, 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 shh. Shh. Good, good girl. Because if we make it too challenging for her, I don't want to get any more physical with her. So I'll give them one correction. We'll sit here. We'll try and dull this down, and then we'll bring her in. Hey, leave it. No. Shh. Now I think you'd agree. For her, this is good. There's a little bit of noise, but let's be realistic, you know. We can't expect to be silent yet. Hey, leave it. We're just going to work at it. Okay. Pebbles, place. Yes, good girl. Sit. Now what I like about the sit position for this, when a dog's in a static position, like a sit or a down, they tend to be a little bit calmer. If she's in a standing position, she's in that prey mode where she sort of that, I think that primal instinct of prey-driven hunt kicks in. But in a sit, it's like if a person was acting crazy, screaming mad. Most time someone will go, sit down. And we'll go, calm down. We don't try and calm down standing. Same with a dog. You think about it in human terms. Okay, so we're like, sit. Okay, come on in. Leave it. No. Leave it. Chill. Good girl. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Leave it. Good girl. Good dog. Ah! No. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Leave it. No. Leave it. Sit. Leave it. Hey. Hey. Chill. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Shh. Hey, leave it. Shh. Shh. Good girl. Leave it. Okay, so what I want to see now is I want to see her intentions on her reactivity. Are they to lunge and be aggressive? Are they really just to get to the dog and play or whatever? We're never going to know. I'm obviously not going to get too close if I think she's going to lunge and bite, but I want to see what her intentions are, because they could be completely what you think they're not, okay? Complete opposite. So I'm going to release her, but I'm going to keep her under control. But I'm not going to release until she's quiet. Shh, shh. Free. So I want to see how she wants to meet. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Good girl. That's better. So what I was trying to correct there, guys, is I don't like that she wanted to meet via the eyes. That's a dog who hasn't met a lot of dogs correctly. See that? The jumping up. It sort of really does reinforce that a lot of her reactivity is just frustration and bad manners. I really don't feel like she's met a lot of dogs and been socialised. So if we can do this with a group of dogs today and teach her this procedure. Her meeting a dog like that is like me meeting you today for the first time and walking right inside your personal space. You'd be like, whoa, this is weird. There's a boundary and we know it. It's an unwritten, we know how far we should talk to someone. So I need her to learn to meet dogs like that. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. See how she's licking the mouth? That's nice. She doesn't want any problem. Tail's low and side to side. That's a little bit bad manners, the jumping up. It's really just play. But she's just met the dog. You don't just jump on a dog you met. Edith's been really nice. She's letting the other dog meet her. So a lot of people say, oh, my dog's tail's wagging. There's different degrees of wagging. If your tail if the tail is straight up in the air and stiff wagging, that is high excitement, anxiety, possibly aggression. It's different than this. This is a really nice tail wag, low and side to side, okay? So what we're trying to answer questions today is, I think what you want to know is she aggressive or whatever it is? I don't think she is. I think it's complete play. She's just bad manners. And Edith just doesn't like that. We don't want to overreact to dog behaviour, okay? Because truth is, her doing that to Edith and Edith telling her off, good. She'll learn a bit from that, okay? This is better than me correcting her. See how that there calmed her down? I didn't do anything. So I'm not going to correct Edith too much for that. She did really good then. She actually told this young dog off, going, hey, you can't act like that. Now look. Good girl. That was a really big moment in body language. That was a nice little correction. She's like, hey, young one, get off me. And then she's going, oh, okay, rightio, cool. Good girl, Edith. And that was a really well-mannered correction. She didn't go over the top. Good girl. Good dog, Pebbles. Good girl. Okay, come on in. Shh. Hers is 100% what I call frustration reactivity. She's not aggressive, she's frustrated, she's anxious, she wants to get to the dog. But we have to teach her that there's a method to this. You can't act crazy to meet this dog. And if I do this enough with her, she'll learn and go, okay, I've got to chill out or I'm not going to get to this dog. And I'll sit here all day until she's calm. Good girl. Okay. Now basically what I'm doing as a handler, what you will do, is you'll choose when does she deserve to meet this dog. It's about now, when she's calmer. Free. Free. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. No, off. She gave a little snarl then, which is good. Molly will correct her. So all I've had to correct so far with their mark, it's called marking, like behaviour, is the jumping. That's her worst little habit. She's very hands-on, and she can't be, because that'll get her in a fight. Yep. You know, she'll do that to the wrong dog. So far, that's a really only bad manners thing. This is, Molly's just telling her you're being too much. Okay? Hey, quit it. Quit it. Come and say hello, but don't be too much. Good girl. Now I'm going to, next step, I'm just going to give her a release. I'm going to drop the lead and let her make her own choices. Hey Molly, how you doing? Good girl. Nope. So I'm really trying to taper off now, fade back the physical. I don't want to be as, I want to just, see how gentle those ones, I'm just trying to teach you, you just got to listen. Hey, hey. No, she's not allowed to pull me to the dog, never. If she wants to meet this dog, she can take her time and do it on my terms. Pebbles, sit. Put her in the sit. Good girl. Good girl. Shh, shh, shh. Good girl. No, no, no. No. Just calm, you know what I mean? Just, no. Good girl. You guys could do this exact thing down at the break wall. You could sit up on the grass near there and then off the footpath. Just sit at a distance, you know, and just watching dogs go by. She needs a lot of this exposure with dogs at a distance. Don't even try walking the break wall yet for a while. Just doing this in a bigger environment. Because this is a long way already. Look how we're going here. She's starting to get the method. Good girl. Now has she earned the meeting? I think she has. Let's see how she meets. So I went to release her then, but she barks, so I'm not going to. Because if I release her, as she barks, she'll think that is what made her get free. Yep. So I've got to wait till she stops. Free. And I'll let her meet. This guy will probably tell her off if she gets too much. Good girl. Good girl. I really feel that she's missed this communication off and really had these social exposures, and that's why she's so manic and bad-mannered and has a frustration. I don't know her history, but that from my knowing dogs, I just think she was babied a lot, you know, and really not exposed and taught many manners. Yep. Good girl. This is good. This shepherd's standing over her a bit. She's definitely not as keen to be crazy with this guy. You see when she licks under the mouth under here, that's nice. She doesn't want a threat. A dog will often do that when they're trying to say, I'm okay, I don't want trouble. Yep. They'll go low under the mouth like that. Okay? Good girl. So the one question we have definitely answered today, she's not an aggressive dog. She doesn't want to fight. Your reactivity with her is frustration, yep. Which means it is safe to let her meet dogs, provided the other dog's nice and we, you know them and everything. The more she can get this social training, the better in a controlled way. Good girl. Like this meeting was better again than the last dog. Every dog we've brought out, she's getting better. She's getting a little bit calmer here and there. I'm having to be less physical with her, which I really don't want to be. I don't want to get too physical with her. Good girl. For the obvious reason, I don't want to hurt a dog, but we need to just get through that. It's always a bit of an awkward one, but we have to go through that level. Good girl.
It's already jumping up left.
Yeah, yeah.
So you want just to get rid of that harness?
Yeah, I think the harness for the car and things like that is fine. Or, look, you can walk her on the harness with no dogs around, but when you want to correct her behaviour, you would switch to the slip lead. So you could do both. Yeah. You know, you can walk around the streets when there's no dogs. Yep. And then outside that, keep this slip lead. Good girl. I'm going to let her go. He might react on it, but Martin will correct Shep if he does. I think he'll only take so much and he'll tell her off.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, she's really... Maybe he won't. Maybe he's a baby. Maybe he likes it because it's play. If it's reciprocal, I don't mind it as much. But when one dog's doing it and the other's not, that's how they get in a fight. But he actually quite likes her. And we'll just use that. Just use no. Good. That's the way. We're happy with about that level from her. Any more, but she's really trying. You know what I mean? She is trying. This is almost spontaneous for her. She can't help it. That was good. She's doing much better. So I'd call this like a 3-step process. One is through the fence. She's pretty chilled. We're like, tick that box off. Next one, I come in. And then we get calm. And then the third one, she meets. Okay, do you think she deserves to meet now? I think she does. So we give her the free command, but she's not allowed to pull you to this dog. If she does, you correct her back. Okay, free. Bring her over. Good. She's doing so good. And then we'll come close. This guy's a little nervy, but we'll see how she goes. He's a little shy sort of border collie. Because he might give her a little, you're all right, buddy. And if it's too much for him, I'll change dogs.
No.
Good. That's it. So we use the no for the whimpering, and the leave it is when it's excessive, when she lunges and she barks, you know. Good. Good girl. That's the way, buddy. Yeah, and we just use that off command.
Yep.
So I'm going to show you now how you would use this from a close distance. Watch what I do with the lead. I hold her at the end of the lead because now I can easily do it rather than feeling the full power here.
Yep.
If I stay at a distance, I can use it more like a pop rather than like a big drag and you just do nothing, okay? If you're holding the pressure like this and she'll pull you over.
Yep.
If I'm like this, see that? I can give that little pop of the lead. Now you can pop it back and you can give that, see that?
Yep.
Better than the whole body weight?
It is.
Good girl. And that off was good. We just used the one word and what we're doing is waiting for that. Yes. Perfect. And we're just marking that. The second she's like this, she touches with her foot, you're like, nah. We'll need to teach her some manners. Good girl. Now if you do this with dog after dog after dog, she'll go, I get it. I've got to be quiet. I can't jump on them.
Yep. Oh.
Good. And like I said to you, 9 out of 10 dogs may be fine with that, but one dog will go, hey, don't jump on me, and they'll turn and bite her.
Yep.
So we're really doing it to protect her, you know? Beautiful. Nice. So see how many times you're saying it?
Only say it once.
Just say it once and put her in position. She's going to hear it too many times. It's really important that we don't repeat the words, okay?
And firm up.
Because we can undo the training we're doing if we do it wrong.
So just once.
Yeah, just once. So,
Once and firm.
so remember how if you were to say to me, whatever, let's be silly. Say you said, don't touch that water bowl. You could say it to me in the nicest tone as you want. Don't touch a water bowl. I know what those words mean. But if I speak to a dog, don't touch the water bowl, they hear this nice high voice. It's not like that. It's one word, and they go, whoa. So when you give that leave it, it's firm. We don't have to yell, but good voice inflection and make her do it. She's come so far in an hour. What I want to finish with is we are going to take her from this side. I'm going to walk her in there with all the dogs. I'm going to do a little bit of socialising, okay? Good girl. Good girl. Good dog.
Keep going, Edith.
Yeah. This is what she needs. Groups of dogs, safe dogs, that if she's bad-mannered, we're going to teach her how to socialise, what's acceptable and what's not.